Law firms have become substantial businesses. In some cases, these are now multi-billion-dollar enterprises. Safeguarding partners' equity and safeguarding the overall performance of the firm is more critical now than it's ever been.
We've clearly seen legacy law firms, premier law firms implode.
Like Howry and Thielen, Heller, Dewey and LaBeouf.
Certainly at Berwin Leighton Paisner, over the last 10 years, we have made lots of lateral hires, and that has certainly been an important element of our strategic growth program.
Post-financial recession, law firms have been forced to think much more like their clients than they did before. So I think the opportunity that presented itself was the ability to be a little bit more diligent and reflective about the risk that's being taken.
You don't want to make a bad hire, you don't want to make a hire of somebody who is disruptive, you know, the classic bad hire lateral partner.
Roughly 1/3 of lateral recruitment partners fail within the course of 3 years. We have a real opportunity to change the dynamics of this industry.
It's become increasingly important to try and ensure that the lateral hires that one does make are successful, because the margin for error these days has narrowed quite a lot.
I think anything that you can do to lower one's risk profile is a positive thing in a business context.
One of the principal reasons it's important to the law firm is that our malpractice insurers care a lot about it, since they consider lateral hiring a major risk.
The expectations around what type of portable business is the lateral partner going to bring and when are they going to bring it are two huge important questions. It takes a very long time to build a reputation, it takes a very short time to destroy that reputation. So getting that right in terms of risk, especially when you're hiring candidates, whether they be laterally or otherwise, is very important.
We've got a very strong culture globally. We think we've got a very special culture. So when we're hiring a lateral, we want to be as sure as we can that they're going to be happy in our culture. They're going to fit our culture and we're going to fit them.
The partners that we're bringing into the firm are not only responsible and being looked to for the short-term financial success of the firm, but the long-term success of the firm, which is more than financials. It's about the values that are core to this firm. It's about the things that are important to the firm, not only in terms of the partnership, but the associates and the staff. And we have to make sure that we're bringing in the right people long-term as far as lateral partners for those reasons as well.
Independence is important because everyone has a horse in the race.
When a firm does lateral recruiting, there are sponsors in the firm. And when people get invested, it's easy sometimes to miss red flags. When I started this job, they were very, basically it was anecdotal. It's whatever you could pick up through your own partners, through people you knew. It's gotten to the point now where you can, in certain markets, actually have third-party providers, which honestly I rely on both for background checks and for market intel, because it gives you some degree of objectivity in the evaluation process.
There's an impartiality of going to a third party who can do it, and they have a certain methodology in doing it that's obviously more professional, more rigorous, more diligent. What they produce as an outcome, as a report, tends to be more objective and empirical in its presentation.
I think anybody who's been involved in lateral hiring, you do an interview, and there are often sort of niggling doubts about certain areas. The independent due diligence can frankly put an issue like that to bed, or it can recognise that there is something there that the firm needs to treat seriously.
There was a candidate in North America who completed the lateral partner questionnaire. After conducting more than 30 source interviews, no one that they had spoken with was willing to comment on the candidate. That raised some interesting red flags culturally for the firm. They made the decision to stop the process with the candidate. They felt that they dodged a bullet.
It's one thing to hire, it's another thing to integrate the lateral properly. And my gut feel is that law firms are generally not great at integrating new laterals. And so the independent due diligence gives you information about the candidate. And the more you know about the candidate, the more likely it is that you're going to build a proper integration plan, or one that works for them, and makes the hire a successful hire.
We're only as good as the last person we brought in the door. we're only as good as the last person we brought in the door. If that's true, and we believe it's true, then the people that we hire are the most important asset in the firm, and we have to make sure that we're hiring the right people. And in terms of partners, the partners that are leading this firm, the partners that are guiding this firm, the partners that are bringing in top clients for this firm and top matters and transactions, it is imperative that we get that part right.